everybody, it's KelseeBrianaJai here with a video on a Tarte palette. The palette that I'm going to be reviewing today is the Tartelette Toasted Palette, and I picked this up not too long ago. I know a lot of you guys are curious about my thoughts on this palette, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So this palette is currently available at Tarte.com. It is $46, and there are 12 eyeshadows in here that have 1.5 grams of products or 0.053 ounces of product. The details on this palette from TarteCosmetics.com say that it is a party in a palette. We're talking 12 all new warm and cozy shades to celebrate our tartlets and the wearable shades they asked for. Lets you mix and match 12 warm rich eyeshadows, 7 wearable mattes, and 5 lustrous shimmers arranged in separate rows to make 3 easy to DIY looks. The super blendable Amazonian clay infused powder formula glides on like a cream, providing long wearing intense payoff that's never chalky or patchy. This is the box, and the box looks the exact same as the actual palette. I love this pattern. It looks like a fire, and it's called the Toasted Palette, and I thought that was a really cute play. And then as you guys know, on the back is gold. I'm not gonna blind you. So the palette feels pretty hefty. It feels the exact same as all the other Tartelette palettes. Tarte has other palettes in this lineup. They have the Tartelette 1 palette, the Tartelette in Bloom, and so forth and so forth. And so this is their Tartelette warm tone palette. I think that this palette is a really nice size for travel, and it comes with this really big pretty mirror. The packaging feels very sturdy, so you're not going to be breaking your eyeshadows. And then here are the eyeshadows. The number one thing that I love about Tarte powder products is the smell. They smell like a slight hint of vanilla. Love that about them. The palette is organized in a really pretty manner. This is one of those palettes that it has everything for a complete look, because I know that that's really important to some people. I didn't reach outside of this palette to create the look that I have on my lid now. I have colors like this already in my collection, but the eyeshadows blended out quite nicely. The mattes performed really well. All these eyeshadows are a little bit powdery and prone to fallout, but make sure you top off your brush really well before you apply the eyeshadow and you'll be fine. I actually really like it. There's a good color variation. The only two colors that are kind of similar are Sunset and Simmer. I could have done with one or the other, but I did use both in my look today. And I definitely think that this palette will suit a variety of skin tones if you like warm eyeshadows. In my opinion, warm eyeshadow palettes are no longer a trend. It's just standard in today's market. This is Tarte's warm eyeshadow palette. I like the color selection that they chose for it. I think that the palette is a pretty good quality. If you're interested in it and you don't have a whole lot of warm eyeshadow palettes, or if you want an eyeshadow palette that has all the warm tones that you need in it, this will be good. I know the holidays are coming up. A lot of you guys are going to be doing a lot of traveling, so this would be a great one to pick up because you can do a variety of looks. It can take you from daytime to nighttime and in between time. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the swatches of this palette because I didn't use all the shades on my lid. That way you guys can get a good overview of all the colors in the palette, and then I will jump into the tutorial where I show you the palette in action, and then you can judge for yourself whether or not you want to purchase it. So enjoy, and I'll talk to you soon. The first thing that I'm going to do is take the color Sunrise with my MAC 227 brush. I'm going to take this color as my setting color of my paint pot and just dust this all over my eyelid. Next, I'm going to take the color Warmth with a 286 brush by MAC. Make sure you tap off the excess. This is a little powdery. You don't want it to get everywhere. Also, with really powdery eyeshadows, you're going to have to build them up because a lot of it's going to go into the air. So back and forth in the crease. And this is going to be our transition color. With a 217 brush, I'm going to take the color Cozy. Tap off. I'm going to apply this directly in the crease. So back and forth motions. It's a really pretty color. I'm going to take the color Candle with a flat shader brush. This one is a MAC 239 brush. Tap off the excess and I'm going to pat this on my inner tear duct. And bring it over ever so slightly to the lid, but not too far on the lid. So once you have that color applied, let's move on to our next color. I'm going to again use the same brush in the color Sunset. And pack that directly on the lid. Make sure you blend it next to the inner tear ducts color while you're blending it over, but don't take it above the crease color. Same brush, and I'm taking the color Simmer just a little bit right here on the very edge of Sunset, just to add a little bit of dimension in with the golden colors. Now I'm going to take the color Crackle with the same brush. Super important to make sure you tap off the excess with this one because this one is a glitter eyeshadow. And I'm going to apply that right on the very outer corner. Oh no, I got a little fallout. But I'm going to use tapping motions. Go back with my blending brush with whatever product was left on there and blend out that very outer corner and brush off the fallout. So I'm going to leave that at like the little oval shape. I'm not going to over blend it because I do want that little line there. So I feel like it creates such a cool shape on the lids. So now what I'm going to do is do a little bit of eyeliner, add some lashes, and then I'll be back to share my final thoughts on this palette. I had a little bit of difficulty blending out my inner tear duct because I felt like it was a little chunky. But other than that, I feel like the eyeshadows blended out really smoothly. I like the look that I was able to do. I applied a little bit of Warmth, that first color that I went in with for my transition on the lower lash line, and then I rimmed around that lighter color. That was all I did to finish off the look. Let me know what you guys think about this palette. Are you going to be picking it up? It's a great traveling palette, but do I feel like you absolutely have to have it in your collection? No. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section, and if you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my very next video. Smooches!